ashcashshow.com. Subscribe to the podcast. Go to ashcashtv.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Living Wiser, AJ, putting in that early request. Big facts. I hear the youngin' in the back. What is DNA unlocking? Yeah, big facts to so he know I'm on the show. So he trying to negotiate. So I told him, I'm gonna go get a haircut afterwards. So he's like, AJ said he wants to get a haircut as well. But then next to the barbershop is a Little Caesars, and so he loves his cheesy bread. So he's trying to convince me. He's trying to tell me he's hungry. So he's trying to convince me at 8 a.m. that once we go to the barber, that he wants to stop to go get the cheesy bread. So he put in his bid early. Fat shout out to him. But yeah, happy Monday. Great Monday. So I've been up early though. You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing DD in the morning show. It's a nationally syndicated show throughout the country, LA, Pittsburgh, everywhere. So fast shout out to the team over at DD in the morning, Texas. So I've been up or whatever. So like I'm up, giving them energy. So if I don't have the normal like Ash Cash energy, you know what I mean, forgive that. You know what I'm saying? Cause I've been on the blessed son. I've been on the I've been on the radio. So fast shout there. Where the cash at, folks? Put me on. Red Face, what up, Red Face? Salute. What's up, princess? All right, so if this is your first time joining us, we have our show broken down into 3 categories. Category 1 is the inspirational word of the day. Category number 2 is segment number 2 is our financial news. And then lastly, segment number 3 is the Ask Ash Cash segment of the show, where you ask your questions and I answer. And so make sure you go, if you're watching live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, you can put your questions in the comment box. If you're part of the live studio audience on IG, you can put your questions in the question box to the right of the comment. Make sure you go to ashcashmoneyteam.com. And so we're focusing on what's up. We're focusing on our money. We're focusing on building legacies. And so everything is about building a legacy. And so the Mind Right Legacy Builders program is on. We are focusing on that. And so salute to the money team. Go to ashcashmoneyteam.com. Subscribe. All right. So our word of the day is dedicated to it says the secret of having it all is believing that you already do. And I posted this earlier on my Instagram page, right? It says the secret of having it all is believing that you already do, because you do. And I wanted to have this message early on Monday because I want us to realize that when it comes to your dreams, your aspirations, the things that you want out of life, right? When it comes to all of that, you have to get to a space where you are not chasing after anything. Because, the signal that you're sending out to the universe when you are chasing after things, it will continue to run, right? When you are in pursuit of something, you are telling the universe that that's what you want to do. You want to pursue something, right? That's why I hate the term aspiring, right? Like, do not let somebody can call you whatever they want to, but don't call yourself you're not aspiring nothing, right? Like I am an aspiring business mogul, or I'm aspiring author, or I'm aspiring, business. Like, no, like you are that. Just be, right? Just be it, right? I know Nike said just do it, but I'm saying just be it, because as you are being, right? As you are being, you will realize that in that being is what's going to attract everything that you want out of life, right? And so you have to, you know, as you're going out on this Monday morning, you have to get to the place where, in order for you to get what you want, you have to believe that you already do. And it is the feeling, right? It is the feeling of believing that you already do. It is the feeling of doing that, right? It is the feeling of being that actually allows you to manifest in your real life. There hasn't been one thing that has happened in my life that happened by surprise, right? Not one. Like, there hasn't been one thing that, you know, the opportunity might have been a surprise, right? Like, I didn't know the how might have been the surprise, but the actual thing that happened has not been a surprise. Like, there hasn't been one thing that I said, yo, I would love to, like, nobody came and dropped the bag. Nobody surprisingly dropped a bag of money on my doorsteps, right? Nobody surprisingly, you know, gave me an opportunity for something that I hadn't already envisioned, right? By the time I did national radio, I had already envisioned doing national radio. Like, nobody surprised me with television. Like, I always had the vision of television. Like, nobody, you know, surprised me with being a best-selling author. Like, when I became a branch manager or a CEO of a credit union, like, these were all things that I had envisioned already. The how, though, right? The how it happened wasn't, was out of my hands. And so, you know, it was definitely stuff that was out of my hands as far as the how. But as far as, like, anything that I could actually think of, it was all, you know, manifested through something I was thinking of. Like, I thought about it, I envisioned it, and I actually moved in that way. You know, I actually moved in that way. Like, you will not become a millionaire until you move like a millionaire. You will not become a successful business person until you move like a successful business person. Right? Act as if. The things you are worried about right now, would you worry about those things if you had $1 million in your bank account? Right? Like, if you had $1 million in your bank account, would you act this way? Right? If you're looking for the love of your life, how would you act? Right? Like, if the love of your life was already in your life right now, how would you act? And you should act that way. Right? You don't become a husband when you get married. You don't become a wife when you get married. You become that first, and then you attract that because you are that. Right? You attract a wife because you're a husband, but you attract a husband because you're a wife. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm saying is that you know what I mean? You attract money because you are abundant. Right? You don't start being you don't get to a point where you're like, okay, I'll start acting abundant when abundance comes. It will never come. It will never come. You don't get abundance by acting poor and acting like you don't got it, and then things are gonna change when you do have it. Because the truth of the matter is that if you're acting poor and you're acting like you don't got it, once the money comes, you're so used to acting poor and acting like you don't got it that you're gonna chase the money away anyway. Right? If you're acting like you're not a success, and when success comes, you're gonna shoot the success away anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be. You can't automatically, right? You can't automatically just switch up who you are. You have to be that. And so I talk about energetic alignment, right? I talk about energetic alignment. And so anything that you get in your life, you have to be energetically aligned with it, right? And so if you're not energetically aligned with it, it's not going to happen. And so if I'm running around, let's say for instance, I'm running around, you know, making $2,000 a month, And that $2,000 a month, I'm like, yo, I'm penny pinching. I'm like, nah, I get inspired to do something, but I'm not doing it. Then, like if you've ever been around a millionaire doesn't worry about money, right? And I'm talking about millionaire mindset. Millionaire mindset doesn't worry about money. Flicks, what up? Right? A millionaire doesn't worry about money because a millionaire is a millionaire whether they have $1 million in their bank account or not. Catch what I'm saying? A millionaire is a millionaire whether they have $1 million in their bank account or not. It is about the energy, right? There's an energy of money. And if you understand the energy of money, you can always attract it, right? I'll be honest with you. Even in my worst time, I was always good. Even in my worst monetary times, I've never needed. There's things, even to this day, there's things that I want, but I've never had a need in my life. Everything that I've ever needed has always been provided for me. And so if you're at a space where so that millionaire mindset, right? That millionaire mindset, that mindset that says, yo, I am a millionaire. Right? I am a millionaire and I'm going to move accordingly. Right? That mindset, right? That mindset is what's going to get you to the next level. That's what's going to actually get you what you desire. Because you then become in energetic alignment with that thing. Right? You then become in energetic alignment with that thing. Because you are that. Because you're being it. Right? Act as if you're a millionaire. Who are you if you were a millionaire right now, who are the people that you would be talking to? How would you act? What would your day look like? And just act as if. That's all. Act as if. Act as if the money's in the bank account. Right? Act as if the money's in the bank account. I'll give you a real life example, right? When I was working as a teller in banking, I would always act as if I was the branch manager, always. To the point where people were like, yo, who do you think you are? People are going to say that to you too, by the way. People who are not in energetic alignment with your energy are going to look at you and be like, yo, he think he too good. She thinks she too good. Right? When I was a teller, and I don't even care because I inspired those people though. The same people that were like, yo, who do you think you are? Later on, when I became the boss, these were the same people who followed in my footsteps, who were like, yo, F that. If Ash can do it, then I can do it. You know what I'm saying? And so when I was a teller, I acted as if I was the branch manager. I looked at the manager. I see what kind of suits he wore. I wore the same suits. I saw how he walked. I walked the same way. I saw how he talked to customers. I talked to customers the same way. The same exact way. And in 8 months, I became a personal banker. And in less than 4 years, I became a branch manager. It was always like, always, like, you know what I'm saying? Like in that space of walking and talking like it. You know? I go into a meeting, it's so funny because it's to a point where I walk into places. I don't even have to be the leader, but people think I'm the leader because I act as if always. And so start practicing now. What are you gonna eat? What are you gonna listen to? Right? Are you gonna have the same friends? Why not start now? Right? So act as if. And so last time, and then I'll move into the news. The secret of having it all is believing that you already do. Because once you have that belief system that you have it all, and you start moving in the direction of having it all, then that's when success will be yours. All right, appreciate y'all. So in financial news, so we're gonna talk about the markets year to date. So year-to-date market, the NASDAQ is up 30% year-to-date. S&P 500 is up 7.83% year-to-date. Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 0.24% year to date. Gold is up 25.19% year to date. You got 10-year Treasury that's down 117 basis points, and an oil is down 33.38%. What else we're having, right? And so there's a lot of things in the news that I want to talk about. Fast shout to my mailbox money millionaire Styles Lewis in the building. So Styles sent me some news articles that I want to talk about. My guy Joe Escobar was on the check-in. So my guy Joe was our news writer, but he moved on to bigger and better things. So salute to that king. All right, so let's talk about. Let's first talk about Ice Cube, because when we think about how he's been dragged. So let me just say this, right? So over the weekend, Ice Cube there was a lot of back and forth about Ice Cube because Ice Cube decided that he had wrote something that was fast shout to my guy Ill Flow. Ill Flow checked in on IG and then he came back to Facebook. He's like, I like the Facebook stream better. You know what I mean? Fast shout. Leslie, salute Queen. My millionaire brother, salute. That's my millionaire sister right there in the building. Salute. So I was watching everything that was happening with Ice Cube because Ice Cube created what was called the contract with Black America, and it's really it's a comprehensive plan. It's a plan that's focusing on reparations, but amongst other things for Black people in America, specifically descendants of slaves, right? And so he presented the plan to both parties, to the Donald Trump camp and the Biden-Harris camp, and then the Biden-Harris camp said we'll take a look at it after the elections, and Donald Trump, his party decided to take a look at it, and they included some of his contract with Black America in the platinum plan that they created, right? The $500 billion plan that they created. And in typical Donald Trump fashion, he spinned it, and his team, put out a statement, or they insinuated that, Ice Cube is working with the Trump administration. And so definitely, with 15 days away from the election, it's like, yo, fam, you know what I'm saying? Like that's close, right? You're like siphoning the vote. And so, there just was a lot of back and forth. And I'll just say this, only because I know that politics is low energy and I want to stay in high vibrations. I'll say this. I'll say that, the art of war says you should always know your enemy, right? If you know your enemy, then you win the battle ahead of time, And I think that a lot of times, we've gotten so desensitized to having conversations, right? I think that we've been so desensitized to, just talking, that the fact that somebody just had a conversation, people are already like ready to throw them away, and I think that's not healthy. That's not healthy, because I want to know, right? Like, think about it in any sport. Think about it in basketball, right? In basketball, you watching the tape. You want to see what your enemy is doing. You want to see, like, what moves they're making, right? I personally don't trust no politician. I don't trust Republicans. I don't trust Democrats. So I watch both, right? I watch CNN and I watch Fox News, right? And at the end of the day, right? Fast shout to that pretty boy Dro, says too emotional on logical matters. Exactly. Like, Bass Moreno, what's up? Like some things are just logic. Some things are just logic. And I get it. Like, I get it that Donald Trump is toxic. I get it that he's uncontrollable. I get it that he's embarrassing the country. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But like, come on. Can we really focus on the task at hand? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like Ice Cube has everything to lose from speaking up. The man is worth $160 million. If he said nothing, he's fine. And so the fact that he's putting his career on the line, it will tell you where his intentions are, to be honest. Like, some people feel like it's a money play, but I don't see it. If it is, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see it. And so, he definitely cleared up, the fact that he's not working with the Trump administration, that he gave them the plan just like he gave Biden the plan, and they just happened to look at it. He just happened to look at it. You know what I'm saying? And so, I just think that, and I said this, and I think I posted this over the weekend, that the power of the people will always be greater than the people in power. But we got to understand that. We got to understand our collective power, right? There's 100 million people that don't vote each year. You know what I'm saying? 100 million people that don't vote each year. And so everybody has to get out and vote, right? You have to get out and vote, because that's the other thing, right? At the end of the day, it really doesn't even matter what the president thinks if the Senate doesn't pass any of these things, right? So the president has power to push things forward, right? To sign things and things of that nature. But like, if Biden gets in office and the Republicans don't cooperate, the Republican senators don't cooperate, he can't do anything anyway. Realistically, beloved, politicians campaign to become president for a salary less than a car salesman. Politics are about control. Big facts. I think it says a lot that you can't make time to listen. I agree with that. I think that you gotta listen, right? The money play didn't work for Chrisette Michele. I believe that Ice Cube is earnest in his endeavors, for sure. They didn't think it matters. The local level is where it matters. I agree. People need to vote for every election, not just the president. Exactly. That's what I believe. I believe that every election matters, right? And so the presidential election is a popularity contest, yes. But at the end of the day, if you don't have the right senators, if you don't have the right House, if you don't have the right judges, if you don't have the right all of that, then your policies are going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? In other news, I saw this as well, that Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, died without a will. And so now his wife is in probate court looking to get his assets, get the assets that was owned, and that's important to know, that a will it just kind of dictates what happens, right? And I talked about this again recently, where you got an estate, you got wills, you have trusts, right? A will is something that you put together while you're living, and it tells your money where you want it to go afterwards, right? And so you could have a will that's enforceable, right? It could be a living will as well, but it's enforceable most times after you pass away, and so I think that it's important that no matter what your assets are, it's important that you start focusing on getting a will together, or some type of trust, right? I talk about a trust. A trust, you could you don't have to wait till you pass away. A trust, you can actually have your assets in that trust, so that your family could be taken care of. So it's important that we focus that, because right, probate. There's like time with probate too, right? Like there's a lot of time. You could be in probate court forever. Think about if there's other family members who may think that they deserve money, or business partners, or be debt collectors. Like all of that stuff goes into play, and you could literally be in probate court for years trying to figure things out. So not only are you at a space where you don't where you're dealing with the grief, but then you also have to deal with this court matter as well. All right, cool. And so, in other news, again, Fast Shot the Styles. In other news, a second round of stimulus check may be on the way. And so there is a stimulus check that is being passed around, a bill that's being passed around, that we have to see whether it is going to be before the election or after the election. But even if the bill doesn't pass by the election, there's still reason to believe that another stimulus bill will arrive. The White House, Senate, and House of Representatives have all supported a second stimulus package. A new payment is expected to be included up to $1,200 per individual or eligible Americans, and even more money for some families. So make sure y'all check into that. We're starting to see a lot of closures. We're seeing a lot of closures in stores, so the economy is not really bouncing back as people kind of see because of COVID-19. And so you got Pizza Hut, they're closing 500 locations. Applebee's is closing 215 locations. You got Boston Market is closing 45 locations. You got McDonald's, right? McDonald's was like the king of franchises. Like, people were like, yo, if you open up McDonald's, it'll never close. But McDonald's is closing about 535 locations, and so McDonald's has been hit, right? They haven't been immune to the world's current situation. And then after halting many of its overseas operations, which includes Spain, Italy, the UK, and Israel, McDonald's was forced to shut doors nationwide and across the U.S. Imani says, who eats at Applebee's? Man, right? Know what I'm saying? Like, McDonald's having to shut down says a lot. That says a lot. And then lastly, you got 15 days left till the election. And so you got to know who you're voting for in your state. And so you got the president on the ballot. You got Congress on the ballot. You have state Senate on the ballot. You have state assembly on the ballot. You have civil courts on the ballot. And you have the New York Supreme Court, right? And so just make sure that you are voting for your interests and voting for these other candidates as well, because those are what's going to move the needle. If you have a Democratic president and a Republican Senate, then it's going to be hard to push things along. Right? If you have a Democratic president and a Republican Senate, hard to push things along. You got a Republican president and a Democratic Senate, hard to push things along. Right? And so you want to make sure that you are voting. Let's go. I was about to say Applebee's. Applebee's. Yeah, do your research too. Exactly. Like, check the records, because that's the thing for me. I like to check records. Just because somebody is a Democrat doesn't automatically mean I'm going to vote for them. Just because somebody is a Republican doesn't mean I'm automatically not going to vote for them. I really want to see who you are, what's your record, and why do you deserve, right? Why do you deserve my vote? All right, y'all. That's it. The problem with the other candidates, you don't know their story. They don't even talk about the other people on the ballot. How do you find out who else is on there? Go to your state, right? Sinjul, that's a great question, right? She says, how do you find out who else is on the ballot, right? And so go to your state. Right, go to your state. There has to be, locally. Let me see something, because there has to be. You can go to ballotpedia.com. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that there has to be like a website that puts it on it, because I know in Georgia, you have the Georgia voter guide, right? That if you go, like, because I live in Georgia, and so if you go to Georgia, there's the ballot voters guide, and you can actually put in who's running for what. You know what I'm saying? So like right now, I know that in Georgia, you got the president, you got Joe Biden and Donald Trump running for president. You have the U.S. Senate. So in Georgia, there's a John Ossoff, who's a Democrat, and then you have David Perdue, who's a Republican. Then you have Raphael Warnock. You got Matt Lieberman. You got Doug Collins, right? So these are all people who are running for the Senate. You have, so you could put your address in and just see like who's running. You got Vote 411 is a good resource. Ballotpedia.com. You also have USA.gov. So there's a bunch of places that you could go to figure it out. Let's see. Congress websites will tell you the policies they supported as well. Yeah, so fast out there. Keep your enemies close. Big facts, Leslie. Queen Sis in the building. We have the internet, so we could research them. Maryland sent out a sample ballot. In New York, you have 311. So yeah, 311 as well. Fast out to DC. D Amazing. Queen Sis in the building. Just wanted to share some more info. NYC is preparing for a possible protest and riots. So they are suggesting to stock up on some items just in case things have to get shut down. Just wanted to share. Now I appreciate you. So fast out, so D is tapped in. She get intel. D Amazing gets intel on the highest level. She got security clearance. So please listen. Please take heed. If you're in New York City or anywhere, please take heed. D said, just wanted to share that in New York City, they're preparing for possible protests and riots. So they're suggesting to stock up on some items just in case things have to be shut down. Just wanted to share. So make sure y'all listen to the Queen Sis, because there is, I'll leave it there. If you know, she get clearance on the highest level. You know what I'm saying? So she got security clearance. Blessings 3D, Maryland mail-ins the whole ballot to you so you can see it before you go to the polls. So salute. It's hard to learn about judges' records. Amy Coney Barrett has been in Chicago for years. Didn't know until now that she was with the 2000 recount. That's a big fact. This is for the election. We have about 10 people running for president on the Colorado ballot. Yeah, I seen that. I seen a ballot. I seen like what's the guy's name? Kanye West. My brother Kanye West is is actually on vice president. He's vice president on somebody's ballot. So I seen that. I didn't know about the other guy running against Nancy Pelosi in my area, but that's how I found out. Salute. They still have Kanye West on the ballot to split the vote. Living wiser. Ballotpedia.com. Shaheed Butter is awesome against Pelosi. Thanks. All right. My son is in Atlanta and voted early over the weekend. Salute to the king. Getting his vote on early. Holistic says that he's vice president on Cali ballot. Yeah, I seen that. Like I seen a few ballots where they got Kanye West as a vice president, which is funny. All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna open it up for any questions. I came on early today. I came on at 8 a.m. So I am shutting down exactly at 9 a.m. Cause I got low energy only because I was on the radio earlier this morning, DD in the morning. So salute to DD in the morning. I was on there earlier. And so I just need energy. You know what I'm saying? So do I got water? I need some water. I don't even got no water. I'm here with no water, no nothing. All right, so I'm opening it up for any questions that you guys may have. If you have any questions, if you're on Instagram, please put your questions in the question box to the right of the comment. If you are on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, please put your questions in the comment box and I will answer them. Make sure y'all go to Ash Cash. No, I didn't take the CMOS this morning, not yet. So yeah, that's why I need that energy. I didn't take the CMOS, but I'm gonna take it as soon as I'm done here. Make sure y'all go to ashcashmoneyteam.com. Mailbox Money Academy. We are meeting tonight. I believe 8 p.m. 1. So I believe that I'm gonna double check the ballot. But if you're down with Mailbox Money Academy, we are meeting tonight at 8 p.m. I'm gonna send out an email because I was getting a lot of requests from people saying that there are people who wanted to, that they know that wanted to join Mailbox Money Academy, but honestly just could not afford it. And so I did add, and I'm gonna send out an email to everybody, but I did add a monthly feature to it. So I lowered the price. We are now doing monthly payments. The great thing about it is that if you are already in Mailbox Money Academy, you don't have to pay monthly. Like you have lifetime access. And so you are grandfathered in, and so you have lifetime access. But I will open it up because there's valuable information in there. And so we're opening it up, and there will be there's a monthly option, so you could pay monthly. And so now when you pay monthly, now it's affordable. And I decided to do that because there's a lot of people who wanted to join, but maybe just can't afford that one-time fee. And so because of that, is it normally one time? Yeah. So normally it's one time. So normally it's a one-time fee. But because of the value we provided, the one-time fee is high. You know what I'm saying? And then I knew some people were saying that they wanted to, they have people that they want to invite into the mix. But they just couldn't afford it. So I did add a monthly option. And so Mailbox Money Academy, I'll send you the link. I mean, you guys have the link, but if you guys want to invite other people into the fold, you can. Anybody who'd applied earlier and did not get in, I will resend a email letting you know of the new payment option, so y'all can get down. Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, I had people from Mailbox Money Academy specifically reach out to me and say, hey, I got somebody perfect, but they just can't afford it right now. And so I was like, all right, you know what? Let me switch the model. So so we're good. So we're gonna do Mondays at 8 p.m. I believe I have to double check. The private Facebook group, but I believe that's the winner. So every Monday at 8 p.m. is our mastermind for my legacy builders. So if you're in the legacy builders program, I'm actually going to begin doing lives every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Right? So Monday 8 p.m. we're going to do lives for for our private session for the Mailbox Money Academy. Legacy Builders is going to be every Tuesday at 8 p.m. And we'll talk about this tonight, Mailbox Money Academy. I still have Thursdays at 9 p.m. Set for our Millionaire Mastermind, but I also got some people from Mailbox Money Academy who had some great advice about what we should do about our Millionaire Mastermind going forward. And I want to run that by y'all. So anybody who wants to join Mailbox Money Academy, go to mailboxmoneyacademy.com. If you go to mailboxmoneyacademy.com, then you could apply. In fact, if anybody who is on the live right now, You could DM them as well, right? If you want, somebody could refer you. So anybody that's in the Mailbox Money group, you could DM them, and they'll send you a direct link to apply as well. So Living Wiser, if you're interested in Mailbox Money Academy, you could send Living Wiser a direct message. You got Relly in the building. You got Styles Lewis. You got Femme Creator. You got Virtuous Beauty. You got a few. You got a few in the building. So make sure y'all hit them up. You got Wall Street Philippe in the building. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You got Wall Street. So hit them up. Sport Brat is in the building. Treats by Jazzy in the building. So hit them up. For that Mailbox Money Academy link. So just hit them up directly if you are interested in joining. Let's see. Pretty boy Dro has a question. He says, can my will and life insurance trigger the creation of a trust for my family upon death? No, the trust has to be created ahead of time, because you got to think about. So what happens is that when you create a will, once you die, then whatever you said is going to happen, whatever you say happens in the will is what happens, right? When you set up a life insurance policy, whoever's the beneficiary at death is the beneficiary. Can you create a will that says everything that you have goes to the trust? Yes. I suggest that everybody watches the last episode of Power. You know what? I'm gonna cut that up. I'm gonna get the episode of Power, and I'm gonna do one of those videos where I break down all the jewels, because the last episode of Power, where James St. Patrick died, and he created a will, but he had his will, all his money went to a trust, and the trust was irrevocable, and then the trust is what allowed him to dictate that if Tariq didn't go to school, he couldn't get money, all of that stuff, right? And so you have to set it up. You have to set it up first, and then the will tells the money where to go. Or if you got a life insurance and you make the beneficiary a trust, like that's how you do that. All right, cool. 6 more minutes. If y'all got any more questions, please hit us up. But definitely, again, go to ashcashmoneyteam.com. Immediately when you join. So here's why, another reason why I'm focusing on the Legacy Builders, because once you join the Legacy Builders program, you actually get my 12-step program to financial freedom. And so that's what we'll be going over on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, where we'll be going over some money tips, right? Like, how do you get to a space, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get to a space of financial freedom? And so in the Legacy Builders program, we talk about everything. We talk about, how to set up your finances, the mindset, your financial goals, creating a financial freedom fund, diversifying your income. So creating multiple streams of income, insurance, protecting your stuff, getting an accountability team. How do you create a money accountability team? How do you invest, right? Investing in your now, investing in your future, building for the future, your Legacy Builders plan, everything, debt, right? Like how do you get out of debt? Like credit, everything that you need in order to create a solid financial plan is in the Legacy Builders program. One of the great things about the Legacy Builders program is that it actually does come with an app, so you get your own financial app that you can use to manage your finances. And so if you're in Legacy Builders and you're not using the app, I tell you that it's one of the most powerful tools that you have to use. You have to use that app. So make sure y'all tap in, tune in, ashcashmoneyteam.com. The nurse wellness bar, so hit the nurse wellness bar, for if you want to join Mailbox Money Academy as well. I'm going to make one more purchase, then get my life right. Nah, really. You got to get your life right now. Act as if. Styles says, do you think you need to be part of a credit union to get a better rate for first-time home owning? The good thing about mortgages is that you can really search to see who has the better rates. Sometimes credit unions have a better rate, but then sometimes you might have like online. You might have online options that work for you. So go to bankrate.com to kind of see the different rates that are out there. So I think that's a great option. But just do your shopping. The great thing about owning a home is that once you're ready, there is your credit. You have to make sure your credit is good and all that stuff. Once you're ready, you could start shopping. Right, have different banks pull your credit to tell you exactly what rate you're gonna get prior to, and you could keep doing it within that 30 to 45 day window without it negatively affecting your score. So I would just say do rate shopping. Don't necessarily get to a space of just thinking that one is better than the other because at different times one are better. At some point, a commercial bank might be better than a residential bank or a regional bank or a credit union. It really depends on what's going on at the time. So yeah, I would definitely check into that. I didn't download the app. That's my problem. Yeah, you have to download it. So I'll send you an updated link. To make sure you're in. So anybody who is not in, I'll send you an updated link. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to jump off early today. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all have a great week. Make sure y'all have a great week. Get you a trust. Let me see. What is the bank rate? It's the first one. bankrate.com. So bankrate.com. There's also first-time homeowners grant as well. For sure. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in. Make sure you go to the ashcashshow.com. Subscribe to the podcast. It's not lunchtime, champ. I'm closing up the show. Go to ashcash.com. Go to the ashcashshow.com to make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Go to ashcashtv.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Have a great week, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, tuning in every Monday through Friday. I'll see y'all tomorrow in God's will. Same time, same place.